Hello, welcome to the allotment. I realised that whilst I've been writing the blog for about 6 years, I've never formally introduced myself or the allotment. My name is Poonam. I, alongside my alter ego Petal, have a rather different hobby to most. I'm an allotmenteer. What you see in front of you is 200 square metres of an allotment site in Birmingham. On this site, over the last few years, I have grown garlic, onions, shallots, pumpkins, chilies, and anything else I can physically get my hands on, and that is within the law. This allotment I first had in 2 stages. The first half, the lower half, which currently has raised beds, grapevines and fruit trees, allows me to grow things in the raised beds that wouldn't ordinarily survive directly. The soil on this allotment is a mixture of assorted structures. The heavy clay makes it really hard to grow things directly and make them productive. The other half, at the moment, is all open ground. You have to forgive the state of the allotment at the moment. Autumn has descended and now is the time for preparing, planning and tidying up. This will be the job over the next couple of months, maybe even sowing and growing garlic. There is an assortment of different trees across the plot. There is your bog standard apple tree, an apricot tree and a couple of cherry trees that also sit on the top end of the plot. We have blueberries, as you can see in the pot here. At the top end there are also strawberry beds, as well as raspberries. There's a whole variety of different things that are grown. One of the very first structures on the allotment was the Wendy house. This is a smaller walk-in greenhouse. In this greenhouse I've cultivated chilies and aubergines, and over time graduated to having the polytunnel. Both of these allow the season to be extended and also more complex plants to be grown. As I said, right now the plot is in a state of flux. Time for preparation and for planning. This means making sure the raised beds are full. They often lose their level of soil. These will be covered over the top with some compost. Others just need tidying up. Allotmenteering is hard work. It takes effort, energy, inclination. Nothing ever comes to you easily. A lot of thought goes into what happens on the allotment, what I call my experiments. Every single seed sown, every plant cultivated is in essence an experiment. Some of these fail, some of these are wonderfully successful, particularly in the state of courgettes. After you've seen one courgette, you have seen them all. It's important to stay positive. To be positive means to be productive. To be productive means to make the most of your allotment. It is certainly a different hobby. It is an enjoyable hobby. Something I feel very passionate about, something that I enjoy. Something that I hope other people will also learn from. Which brings me neatly back to the blog. If you haven't already read it, it's at www.horticulturalhobbit.com. You can also find Petal and I on Instagram, on Twitter, Pinterest and Facebook. So why not go along and say hello?